Hello, everybody, and hope you're having a blessed day. And today I want to talk to you about seasoning your cast iron skillets. And the best way to season them is by putting them on top of your stove, heating them to a really hot temperature, and then wiping them down really good with some oil or lard in this, on a napkin or paper towel. Or you could pour a little bit of it on the skillet itself and wipe it really good. But the key is making sure your skillet is really, really hot. And I'm going to show you the bottom of this. My son bought me this skillet. And it's called a Sportsman or something. They put pretty, I guess, designs on the bottom. Some of them have deer, fish, I don't know, geese, ducks, turkeys. I'm not sure everything, but he wanted to get me one because I have my cast iron hanging on the wall, and he thought it would be perfect. So I'm trying to get it ready because I want to cook some eggs. Now, you could do the same thing by putting your cast iron in the oven, but I prefer just to do it on top of the stove. They say it already comes pre-seasoned, but I think it needs a little more to it than just what they do. And it takes time. Over time, it will become more and more seasoned. Remember, water is your cast iron's enemy. I really try to avoid washing my cast iron. Most of the time, I leave a little bit of oil or lard in my cast iron, except not on the bottom. I don't. And unfortunately, that design is eventually going to go away. It just will, because I don't clean the bottom of my cast iron either. I just don't. I avoid water. I think water is an enemy to cast iron. You lose the seasoning, and it can cause it to rust. I prefer to just rub it down really good by heating it. Now, you could put a little oil or lard in there, and you could fry something like, French fries. Make a few French fries in it. You could put it in the oven. I said that, you could, but I prefer, like I said, just to do it on top of the stove. Rub it down really good. I do this all the time. Even when I cook something afterwards, I don't wash it. I take paper towels and just rub it clean. And if there's something that's like stuck on it, maybe burnt to it, I will put it in water, and I will use a metal scrubber on it. My grandmother, she would put salt and just take a paper towel, and she would use the salt like a scrubber to clean anything that may be burnt or stuck to the cast iron. But most of the times, and I use a metal scrubber, I just lightly scrub over it and just wet the scrubber a little bit with the dishwater that I'm cleaning dishes with. And I will just scrub a little bit on that section that maybe is burnt. And then rinse it out, dry it, heat it. And I will put a little oil or lard in it and rub it around to keep it seasoned. Now, as you can see, I'm cooking eggs in that skillet. Now, watch. You're going to see. They're not going to stick. That's it. That's all I did, was heat that skillet up a couple of times and rub it with some oil. I did lard, okay? But I heated it really good first. And then I put that lard on there, and I let it get real, real hot. Now, you can see I had a whole lot of paper towels in my hand because the inside of that skillet was very hot. And you can see, look at them eggs. They're not sticking. Not at all. Now, I'm going to put a couple more in there so you can see. See how that? I just run my spatula. I'm flipping the lard on top of the eggs. So this time I'm not going to flip them. You see? I'm just going to pick it up and put it in the plate. Works good. And it will work good. Now, you could put it in an oven. Like I said, you could. But I don't think it's necessary. Even with a larger skillet. Let's say cornbread. If you've seasoned it, you've heated it a couple of times, when you've rubbed that lard on there good. When you make your cornbread and you got it ready, all you have to do is put your lard or whatever it is, fat you use, in the skillet and get it nice and hot. And take your cornbread that you have made and pour it in that skillet while it's nice and hot. Because what will happen is it will cook the bottom of that cornbread and it won't stick. But I don't have a problem. Like I said, water is the enemy to cast iron. As long as you keep it away from water, as long as you give it sufficient enough oil to cook with. If it's not a Teflon skillet where you throw something in it and you don't use no oil or anything, cast iron needs oil or lard to cook with. It won't stick. You should not have a problem. It's easy. Seasoning cast iron is easy. Now this cast iron skillet, because it's new, I will keep doing this and using it to cook eggs, only eggs, for months. And each time when I finish, I will wipe out the lard that's in there or the oil that's in there. I will wipe it out good and clean it, but I leave that coating on there on the bottom. I will. Now, if I've got too much lard in there, I may not pour any lard at all. I may leave the lard in the pan and use it again the next day. But if after I finish cooking the eggs, I see there's hardly any lard left, then I will just take some paper towels or napkins and rub it out good. I love showing the bottom of that. Now look at that. It amazes me. My other ones are old and caked over because I don't wash the bottom, and that's what's going to happen to this one too. Soon that design, you will not be able to see it. But, just rub it on the inside nice. Now, I'm going to put a lid on this because I don't want to get dust or, fuzz. I don't like things in the skillet. And because it's greased and it's got oil to it, lard, dust and particles in the air will stick to it real easy. So I'm going to keep it covered because I'm going to use it again tomorrow. For several months, I will do nothing but cook eggs in this. And it will be perfectly seasoned and work awesome. Well, I hope you enjoy this and stay tuned for more videos that are coming up. And God bless you and have a blessed day.